Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the ultimate colossal fighter of Universe 3, Anilaza, and see just how good he is at 55% in the hidden potential system. Now Anilaza basically is pretty much super straightforward. I think as a battlefield currency unit, he's pretty solid, albeit obviously with the caveat that you can only get him at 55% right now. So trying to see his max is a little bit difficult. In terms of his functionality, he has a super boss's lead of 130%, greatly raises defense on his 12 key for 1 turn, and greatly raises attack and defense on his 18 key for 1 turn, plus also raises extreme class allies defense by 30%, which is very valuable. He activates his entrance animation once only and has key plus 3 attack and defense of 130% and foresees enemy super attacks for 3 turns from his entry turn when there's another final trump card or super boss's category ally upon the team upon his entry. He has key plus 3, attack and defense of 130% and gets an additional key plus 3 and damage reduction of 30% when HP is 30% or more at the start of turn. He randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, strength excluded, to strength key spheres, and he launches an additional attack. There's a high chance of becoming a super attack with 3 or more key spheres obtained. He launches an additional super attack guaranteed with 5 or more key spheres obtained, and he gets an additional attack and defense of 130% and damage reduction of 30% as the first attacker in the turn. He will get an additional attack and defense of 30% when performing a super, high chance of launching an additional super, and attacks effective against all types as a second or third attacker in the turn. His active skill can be used when there's a tournament participants category enemy starting from the 3rd turn, or starting from the 5th turn from entry if you do not have that. His active skill will increase his key by 24 and give him attack and defense of 30%. In terms of build, he already has additionals baked in, so if you want to be more offensively minded, you are welcome to go crit. I think a little bit of crit's always something, because otherwise just attack stats just don't hit for much. Like even critting with a 5 or 6 million means way more than just hitting with like a flat 10 mil. It's very important. On top of that, you can give him evasion. Since he is a defensive minded unit, the evasion will kind of bring in a little bit of security blanket when maybe there's a situation where his damage reduction is down, or you still want to rely on him without that 60% damage reduction in the first slot. He'll need that evasion. Now in terms of his link skills, this is where things go very pear-shaped for this unit. Not entirely, but to a certain extent. So mechanical menaces, infighter, big bad bosses, tough as nails, fuse fighter, legendary power, and torment of power are his link skills, and these are decent link skills, but they are all over the place. I think mechanical menace, difficult to get. Infighter, not too bad. Fuse fighter, very strange to get with big bad bosses and tough as nails. I think only like Tex Masu has the fuse fighter big bad bosses combo. Then you also have legendary power, torment of power. Just a very strange link set. Like the amount of big bad bosses, torment of power units I can count on my hand is almost impossible actually. I think it's like very, very few units have that like capability. So it is definitely one of those things. Immediately you can kind of sense that there is a little bit of a struggle link-wise with this unit, more than anything else. No TOP big bad bosses, tough as nails, and big bad bosses, very hard to come by. I think Hachiak gives him that combination, but he and Hachiak are on no categories together, so you can maybe run them under the extreme lead of Zamasu, but that's about it. I think Cell Max and Zamasu are probably his best linking partners due to the fact that they give him big bad bosses plus a key link plus legendary power. But overall his link set really is probably the biggest detriment to him functionally as a unit. All in all though, he is still pretty good. I will admit I was pretty impressed with him defensively, of course. I think offensively, he is what he is. He's not hitting huge attack stats or anything, but he is at least a fun, enjoyable unit. and he still serves a purpose. Like, even without hitting super huge attack stats or anything, what he does at least do is he raises defense of all your allies, so it makes things way easier for you, helps to improve the rest of your team, and then he himself is very solid defensively. So he does bring a little bit of utility. The active skill also helps out a little bit, just with some extra damage and again ability to make him defensively viable. And yeah, I think for a free-to-play unit to be pretty tanky, I think like he looks pretty tanky as a free-to-play. You can see like him taking these super attacks, and yeah, he's taking damage, but I mean, considering he's 55%, he doesn't have big bad bosses all the time, because that's not at link level 10. I think there's definitely room for him to grow, and I think 100% he's definitely a very solid free-to-play unit. So I think for me, overall, he's incredibly good. I think he does what needs to be done. I think he's very reliable. I think he's a unit that you can use in the first start right now. I will say with dupes and link leveling, he definitely will get better, quite substantially, because like big bad bosses is obviously huge for his start of turn presence. I think very clearly. And dupes help because a lot of his defense kicks in on supers and things like that, and that start of turn defense really helps him out a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, link-wise, we kind of already spoke about it, but his links are really the worst aspect of him as a unit. So just prioritize big bad bosses, and if you can grab like Tough as Nails, or you can grab Mechanical Menace, or you can grab Fuse Fighter or Torment of Power, whatever else you can get, just go for it, because realistically, like, whatever you get is bonus. Like, Big Bad Bosses is a primary link. He's got a decent chunk of key, because he also makes orbs, so you gotta understand, he makes orbs. Like, he caters to himself a bit with the orbs, and he's got the +3 key, so you don't have to prioritize his key immensely, and rather just maybe look at just grabbing what you can, and getting that big bad bosses and just kind of cooking with him. But I think overall he's pretty cool. I think his animations look really good as well. I do want to state that. But I think ultimately he's a cool unit, and I think he does a great job. And for free to play, I think he's pretty solid. He's gonna be expensive, but I think he's good. And yeah, I think ultimately you can probably use him and have a good time with him. But with that being said, that's it for me. See you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think. Bye.